so many roads, so many different routes to get to the same place. So many things to see. Not enough time. What do you do? Let's go down that road. Hello, faithful people. I'm Orleen.
I'm Gary, and we are traveling down the road with a little bit of uncertainty, yet faith that we will end up where we want to be. What's that?
And need to be.
Need to be, yes.
By a certain date. If you watched our year-end review on the things we learned from our first year, the things that we're going to change, and what our plans were and all of that, if you watched that one, then you would know that one of the things we were going to change was we were not going to be rushing to get anywhere. We were going to take our time. But that all changed because of getting a late start. We need to get to warmer weather. Right now we've stayed 2 nights in a campground. We boondocked in a church parking lot and another church parking lot where they gave us electricity. So we so we can have the heat on and everything. We've boondocked in temperatures around 45 degrees at night, which was fine. We had the Mr. Buddy heater for that, and we were able to do that. But our main concern isn't about Gary and I. It's about making sure that our little plastic pipes don't freeze, because it's not winterized, obviously, because we're using it, so there's water in there, and we need to just really get to warmer temperatures soon. What's happening is that the cooler weather is kind of following us. We're in a jet stream right now where the weather, yesterday it was like 78 in Hannibal, Missouri. And then now today it's only 60 degrees. So, and we're farther south. However that works. We're actually only a few degrees difference from Wisconsin at night. And we need to make a little bit more of a difference than that. Looking for the world's largest rocking chair that recently was bumped to the second largest rocking chair in the world. Now they changed the name to the largest rocking chair on Route 66. They just changed the title, so it's still the world's largest rocking chair, but now it's just on Route 66. I don't know where the other one is. The article didn't say. It just said that it was bumped. It's no longer the largest. Still pretty impressive, as you will see. Last night, going through the maps and everything, we need to be in Fredericksburg, Texas by next Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. We need to be there a week from now. Gary's first sermon is going to be on that following Sunday, so we really need to get down there and get kind of acclimated and figure everything out for sure. If we're going to be staying by the parsonage, or if we're going to be parking somewhere else, we don't know yet for sure. So we need to get some things figured out. We need to get down there. So that's the other thing that we're rushing for. Yeah. So last night we were looking at maps, and we were Googling on our phones, how far is this from that, and different routes, and we debated on going over to Memphis, Tennessee, and we decided, no, we don't have time for that because that's going too far east, and then we'd have to backtrack and go west again and then go south. And so we are right now, as of this moment, we are going to be heading to West Plains?
Yes.
Missouri.
Yes.
By this evening. That's the plan. Hopefully that's where we will end up. And there were some boondocking spots, and it's supposed to be mid-40s for a low tonight. So I think we could maybe do that as a boondocking thing. We're hoping we can do that anyway, save some money. Stay tuned, but let's show you some scenery from today. It was very pretty, and the world's largest second largest rocking chair. One big rocking chair. We can't sit in it. There's no way to climb up and sit in it. Oh, that's disappointing. Gary and I were just discussing that even on these 2-lane roads, that they're such well-maintained, nice roads in Missouri. We were on 19 south out of Hannibal, and that was really good. And now we are on 63 south going towards, well, we're on our way to Little Rock in Arkansas, so we'll
South
see.
of Rolla.
Yeah, we just went through Rolla. We were calling it Rolla, but I think Missourians would probably say Rolla. We're not sure. Is it Rolla or Rolla? You tell us. know it's going to be over a hill. So I always try to have my phone ready, but I have missed so many opportunities. But I didn't miss that one. We made it to West Plains, Missouri last night, and we had found a Walmart, and it was only going to be a low of 45. We thought we can boondock. We don't need to, we'll be fine. 45 is fine. And Gary was fueling up the truck at a gas station, and I just, for whatever reason, just wanted to see if there was any Wisconsin Synod Lutheran churches in West Plains. And lo and behold, one came up. I think it was Shepherd of the Hills. And I thought, well, how ironic is that? Because that's the church Gary is going to be serving in Fredericksburg, Texas, is Shepherd of the Hills. So, just out of curiosity, we called them because there was no address, I don't think, on that little bit of information that came up. But there was a phone number. So Gary called it, and they answered it Trinity Lutheran. So he thought he had the wrong number at first, and then found out that Shepherd of the Hills in West Plains is, I think it was an exploratory?
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
They're meeting in a hotel right now, and they only meet twice a month. So they didn't have a parking lot for us or anything like that. And then Gary told him who he was. And the pastor said, oh my gosh, I remember you 30 years ago. I was pregnant with our oldest daughter, and I went into labor on a Sunday morning. He just happened to be, this pastor, Pastor Kapler, just happened to be the vicar serving at a nearby church in Baraboo. So Gary called to see if he could fill in for him that day. And he had, at the time, Gary had dual parish. He had two churches that this poor vicar had, all of a sudden, with no warning, had to go and he had to preach in North Freedom and then at Christ Lutheran. Anyway, he remembered us. And so he said, if you can drive an hour south and come into Mountain Home, Arkansas, that's where the church is, that it has a parking lot and everything, and you can boondock there, and we'll give you electric and everything. So, okay, that's pretty cool. Then they invite us over for supper, and we had so much wonderful fellowship with them. It was fun to reminisce and go back. We talked about grandkids, we talked about our kids, we talked about of all kinds of things. I mean, we really had a great conversation, and 30 years we have not been in touch with them all that time.
It's a nice detour.
Very much so. So thank you, Dave and Patty, for your hospitality and for letting us stay in your church parking lot. And it was really great catching up with you again. So, man, you just never know. You make plans, and then God has a way of making them better. It happens to us over and over and over again. An extra little perk about having dinner with the Kaplers last night is that we told them what our plans were about driving down to Little Rock. And they told us that yesterday we were on Highway 101, and that was really windy and curvy and everything, and they said that was nothing compared to the road that takes you to Little Rock. And they highly advised us not to take that. They are familiar with RVs and everything too, and if we would have really taken our time and stuff, but there was not a lot of places for people to pass, which meant we would have had a lot of people behind us, and that's not always good either, because then they get impatient. And so they told us that we should head to Fayetteville instead. So that's what we're gonna do. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, that little red button down there, it doesn't cost anything. Subscribe, and then when you do that, hit that little bell next to it, and it'll notify you every time a new video comes up. Go to our Facebook page, Roads of Faith. Until next time, God bless.